my thing is, I think he's upset about people talking about his wife. But
yeah, I'm
you
blaming.
gotta understand. I'm not saying karma because I think he's a young kid still, and you make mistakes. I don't think he owned up to it. I don't think he thinks it's a mistake. I believe he even doubled down on it when he was talking about Neil Magny and Neil Magny. Whatever, he said something like a dad joke about whenever you make a dad joke about your kid, something like you never actually put your hand on your kid, but like when you say something like I don't know what he said about it, but he made a reference that everybody knew Neil Magny was joking around.
The whooping that you give somebody in high school or in grade school is when he told my mom and you put the beat him on there, and there's a whooping that you give your son now, like to kind of teach him life a little bit. And being a father, I've become quite accustomed to that kind of whooping now, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to giving on Saturday.
Being a father, I've got kind of accustomed to giving that up in that ass. Sorry.
You can't.
Whoa.
This is what?
1 second. Shush. Bro, he just sat there and said, being a father, word for word. Being a father, I've got accustomed to giving that ass whooping.
Being a father, I've become quite accustomed to that kind of whooping now, and that's kind of what we're looking forward to giving on Saturday. He's out there, he's very cocky, he's feeling himself, everything.
So he's gonna beat Ian Garry well.
Oh my goodness, I will never whoop your ass. I'll never whoop your ass, it's okay. Do you want me to beat him up? I'll beat him up because apparently he beat his son up.
But he made it like it was actually something. And he's like, how can you talk about putting your hands on a child? Meanwhile, Magny's, it was clearly like a dad joke.
Yeah, a clear dumb joke. Yeah,
it was clearly like, dude, are you joking? Like, why would you run with this? It's very immature and silly. It's like, but afterwards, I seen an interview with him going before this came out. He goes, he made the mistake of saying what he said, and I got in his head and I said what I said. It was mental warfare. So he can't really, now that this is out about his wife writing a book, and if they're using it against him, dude, fair play, no? I mean, you just attacked this guy. How low could you go? The guy's obviously not going to be, Neil's a classy guy. He's not taking a belt to a kid or nothing. I'm just saying, he's not going to kid. He's making a dad joke or whatever it was, a parent joke. And I don't know. That's why.
You ready? All right.
My man, hey, you're not fat. What's going on? Like that. Hey, I've never seen you not fat. Let's go.
Not only fat, I'm in the PI like.
I wanted to meet Strickland while we were here as well. I think he's hilarious. The champ, legend. You can't not love Sean Strickland, lad. He's one of the funniest men in MMA.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Henry Cejudo, thanks for breaking news on your YouTube. But who are you fighting?
Going to be fighting Merab Dashashvili.
My name is Nadurvash. Bro, learn to read and speak English. Let me help you. Listen. See you on February 17th.
I'm gonna tell you a story, and it's a true story, and you can make your due diligence and ask the people that I was with. Before my first fight with Matt Serra, I was in Albuquerque. I hurt my knees and we were on the road. I was training. I think I was coming back from the hospital or somewhere. It was nighttime. I was with Rashad Evans, Mike Van Arsdale, Ali Abdelaziz, and another fighter is a Mexican guy called Alejandro. We were in the car. I was in the back seat in the highway. All the five of us witnessed something that night. Still to this day, we can't explain. What is very strange is the way I describe it, because I hear the interview, the guys I was with, and the way they describe it is different how I see it a little bit. The way I see it like it was like a sort of a triangular shape or something, sort of a light coming towards us, and then it changed direction. It went like it shoot off the sky like, and it disappeared. And when it happened, all five of us stay silent for like a few seconds, and then we were like, what the hell was that? Oh my God. And this, you can ask Rashad, you can ask Mac Van Arsdale, you can ask Ali Abdelaziz. We saw something. I don't know what it was. We saw what we call a UFO. However, I am not an astrophysicist. I cannot tell you that what we saw it was alien, or I don't know if it was a natural phenomenon or it was a meteor that bounced back something in midair and changed direction and then like shoot off the sky. I have no idea, because I don't have the credential to tell you what it was. I'm not a trained observer. We saw something very, very crazy strange. So if you ever talk or interview one of these guys, ask him about it.
All right, guys, I know it's out there. There's some speculation that Ian Garry and Luque is off. It is true. It is. Ian Garry started with the flu that turned into pneumonia. So that fight is off and is not happening. It is true.
Unfortunate news. So the fight is out. Unfortunately, Ian is, from what I know, he has some kind of illness. I don't know if he's in the hospital or how he is, but he's not gonna make it to the fight. So first of all, I wish the best recovery, speedy recovery for him, and the best for his family. And it's really unfortunate. I was so ready for this fight. I've had a great training camp. Anybody that is, that sees me in social media, sees a little bit of what I've been doing, they know how ready I am for this fight. Weight cut has been going so good. The easiest weight cut I've had, in my career. I have all my team here supporting me. A lot of guys came out for this fight. A lot of people supported me to come watch the fight as well. And unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. It's out of my control. Everything that I could do, everything that I had control of, and my job, and really put my heart into this, I did. I gave it my all. Unfortunately, we cannot really control everything. As I said, I wish the best. I wish recovery for Ian.
So Ian Garry just pulled out. I mean, people, did anybody see this coming? Like, I kind of raised my hand a little bit on that. I mean, man, Ian Garry. I mean, the problem is not Ian Garry pulling out. Sometimes at times, I pulled out before a fight. Knowing that I had an injury and whatnot. But I think the fact that this thing festered. I think the fact that he brought his family involved, of saying this family's safety, and once you start triggering words like that, that stuff starts playing with your mind psychologically. Dana just announced that Ian Garry had the flu, and then that flu turned into pneumonia. Because I tell you what, guys, people put this into consideration. What you think is how you feel. And how you feel is how you act. But at times, things like that tend to turn into sicknesses. So whether that's true or not, I'm not surprised. It's just a shame now, because knowing Ian Garry, could he come back from a deficit like this? If I'm a fighter and I'm getting ready to fight Ian Garry, man, I'd be pulling out all kinds of strings. I'd be bringing this stuff up and doing X, Y, and Z. But that's something that Ian Garry, and now apparently because he brought his family in, that they're gonna have to kind of not necessarily live with, but deal with it. So that being said, I mean, Ian Garry is out. I'm not surprised. I mean, it sucks, dude. I'm actually cheering for him. I actually started becoming a fan of him due to that simple fact that He's people were talking about him, and I appreciate that. And I talk about all the time the storytelling. But in this situation, this storytelling here, for the benefit of Ian Garry, is not a good one.
If you don't make it to the fight, you lose the fight. I guess all those fucking memes worked.